I do a lot of Korean skincare. It's kind of ridiculous if I actually show you my routine, because it's like 10-step routine in the morning and then it's a 10-step routine at night. Hi, I'm Sania Mirza and I'm having my morning chai with Tweak India. I basically have a haldi shot, which is the first thing that I do, which is haldi, honey, lime, some black seeds, ginger. It's not very good tasting, but it's really good for your body. And then I have chia seeds in water that have been soaked the night before. And then I have my coffee. So I don't really eat anything. And then I go and drop my son to school and go to the gym. Eggs was definitely a part of it, which still is very much so. The biggest thing that has changed for me since I was playing to now has been the amount of carbs that I intake. Because when I was actually playing, idlis, whether it was dosas, whatever it was very carb and protein heavy. Now it's just more protein heavy because obviously the level of activity is, 20% of what I used to do. I don't have cheesecakes because I don't really have a sweet tooth. But yes, I am a pretty a protein heavy person. In the morning I'll have like 3 to 4 eggs, which are like egg whites and maybe 1 yellow egg. And then at lunch, I'll make sure I have a certain amount of 150 grams of protein. I am, believe it or not, more conscious about how much protein intake I'm getting now than I was before, because I feel before I had nutritionists, they were just taking care of everything. I'm a big foodie actually. So when I say that I have to try and be healthy, it is quite difficult for me because I love all kinds of food. So the Hyderabadi breakfast, I mean, I'm sure you must have heard of paya nihari. Depending on how it's made, it's probably a solid Hyderabadi breakfast. Right now, I actually do a lot of weights. I used to do Pilates, which I stopped doing just because of time constraint. But right now the weather is really nice, so I go and for my outdoor runs. So I do about 5 to 7 kilometers every day. I do a lot of Korean skincare. It's kind of ridiculous if I actually show you my routine, because it's like one 10-step routine in the morning and then it's a 10-step routine at night. So a good moisturizer and a really good sunscreen is something that has really made my skin better, I feel, over the last few years. One skincare routine actually, which I've started doing over the last 1 year, which has really helped me, is red light. Not just for my skin, for my hair as well. Every other day I'll sit under it for like half an hour and I feel that really rejuvenates the skin. Honestly, for me, Sundays are that, like where I don't have a schedule, I don't have any meetings, I don't have to wake up for the school runs. So I'm literally in bed or on the couch. I have this really big, grey, humongous couch. I'll just watch Netflix or eat junk, because that is that one day where I allow myself to just eat whatever I want. Some Sundays I'm like, do I really need to shower today? Like, it's that bad. The goals were different at that point. It was all about winning, and it was about, you didn't care if your body was hurting in the process. You didn't so much care about anything else besides just winning the tennis match and whatever it takes to do that. So you were ready to put your body and your mind emotionally through everything to be able to try to be the best tennis player that you can be. Today, what really keeps me going is the fact that, as we get older, my son is 7. So I feel like, I should be, in 10 years, when he is 17 or 18, inshallah, I should be able to still run around with him. I should still be able to play games with him. Like, we go and play tennis, we play pickleball, we play paddle, we play football. So I still want to be able to do that in 10 years. For young athletes, I would say the first thing you have to do is hydrate. That's very, very important, because that's what I used to do when I was playing. For young people who are not athletes, it's different, but definitely if you're athletes, because we need to be so hydrated. And as athletes, we lose so much water in the process of the day because we are practicing so much and working out so much. But it's just so much better. You feel so much more energy when you have water in your body. The next set actually comes from an idea of trying to do something for the young, specifically female athletes of our country, to try to give them a platform or at least a level playing ground with the rest of the world, where I can either financially help them, provide trainers, coaches, physios, things that they basically need, the support staff that they need to be the best and compete at the highest level. If I had a guilty pleasure, it would just, which I don't have because I don't have time for it, but it would literally not be waking up with an alarm. Like, I want to sleep until I can sleep. I don't want to wake up, but more often than not, every day I have an alarm. And for me, not waking without an alarm is a luxury. So I would want that guilty pleasure to be where I envy people sometimes, you know, where they're not doing much and they're like, what time did you wake up? And they're like, I woke up at 12, I don't know, at 12:30. And I'm like, that's half a day. I have been up since 6:30. I have done like 6.5 hours worth of work since you have woken up. If you love watching this video, like, share and subscribe to Tweak India.
Women need more sleep than men, so let me sleep for that extra hour.